All right, welcome back to episode 2.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, would it be welcome back? Welcome into episode 2 of State of the Shart. Of course, brought to you by Perv City, our new adopted, I guess, sponsor of the show. Unwillingly, unknowingly, allegedly,
Jeez,
because that is
You know,
that is completely
There's a
that's
joke
all
there.
fiction, no fact. There's a joke there to be had.
unwillingly?
There is a joke there to be had.
No.
Oh, shit. Oh, jeez. We've hit boundaries early. We have hit boundaries early. Now, I would say we're back for episode 2 because we've had such a warm and welcome reception to the first one we put out, but no one's heard it yet. So here we are anyway, having a second crack. We're fiddling with ourselves, much like Jeffrey Epstein meant. Well, adverse, really. And we'll have another go and see if we can find a few more conspiracy theories amongst us and talk a bit more garbage. Matty Jordan, how are you?
Not bad, mate. I'm coming off the back end of pub quiz champ last night. NBD, no big
Really?
deal. Yeah, we won pub quiz by cleared it by 6 points, probably number 2. So yeah, pretty.
You say you've won it like you've completed it, clocked it, never going back,
Well,
or you've won a title, or have you just won a singular round of pub
So
quiz?
it was a one single pub quiz on next week.
Just a bit of a no-show type
Well,
setup.
I mean, we've
you know,
reached the top of the tree. We can only go so far.
these kids these days, they love participation
I'm
awards. It's
surprised they
everything
let
that's-
kids
it's-
enter in the pub quiz. It was, should have been held at a kindy or something if we won, but nevertheless, proud of it. $50 bar tab. Probably spend about $300 on
What
piss.
would you say? Well, I mean, we obviously already know. This would actually be the perfect moment to segue into a game we're going to play again today, where we test your movie knowledge by me explaining a movie plot poorly. But we won't segue into that just
Okay.
yet. But what would you say? What would you say? Like, don't use that as your pub quiz fucking topic of expertise. What is your go-to topic? Where's the Matty J's niche? Where do you come in clutch for the team?
Well, TV and Cine, obviously, TV and cinema is there, but I'm across the board, apart from probably geography and art and literature and music and sport.
Mathematics, English,
Yeah. Maybe
I guess
just
you said
TV and
literature.
Cine. No, I've
History.
I've got. I mean, everyone has these moments when you know stuff, but you don't know how you know it. That
Yes.
seems to happen to me.
Useless. Just
happens to me all the time, and like something all random will come up, and I'll be like, "Oh, it's this," and then the guys won't tell me like, "There's no fucking way you know that," and I was like, "It's this," and then they put it in and they go, "Why do you know that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't even know how I know it. I don't even know where I learned it."
I would say I feel like I would be on a similar wavelength where my missus says it to me all the time. Like, there's no need for you to have that information,
yeah.
but you do have it. You're not better off in this world by knowing that.
Yeah.
But you do know.
Oh, there's stuff like you just pick up tidbits from stuff. Like something might be playing in the background, and somehow some of it's got into you. And I had one a while ago, which has gone down in pub quiz infamy, and it was about like a shipwreck somewhere in like I don't know the early 1900s. I don't even know when it was, and they were like, "What was the name of the ship?" And I was like, "Oh, it's the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald." And my mate's like, "There's no fucking way." And then this happened a couple of years ago, and then I think it came up in like Shane Gillis's podcast. He started going on about the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I was like, "Why the fuck does that?"
Yeah.
I was like,
How do I know
somewhere.
this?
And then he's like, "Oh, Gordon Lightfoot wrote a song about it." And I was like,
Isn't F. Scott Fitzgerald the guy who wrote The Great Gatsby?
"No." Well, yes, he is, but
Yeah.
why fuck him?
Fuck Scott Fitzgerald.
But
It's gotta be fuck.
stuff like that happens all the time, and they're like, "There's no like, I don't have NCEA, mate." And they're like, "What do you? There's no. That's quite an intricate knowledge of Blackbeard. What do you know that? I don't know."
In NCEA, of course, no career earnings ahead in relation to Matthew Jordan.
yeah. Did me well.
Yeah,
I was a modern marvel. You got all the way to the end of 7th form and didn't get level 1.
Yeah, had so much fun he did it twice. Oh shit! Hardly not a Rhodes scholar. We couldn't find a scholarship
Maybe
between the two of us.
a rogue scholar.
But pub trivia, a rogue scholar indeed. Oh,
An orifice
up
of
here
the
is the thought.
mantelpiece. What's happening on your end, Timmy? You've just moved to Canada.
I've just moved to Canada. Moved back to Canada, Calgary, Canada. Dodged the winter. beautiful. Played golf with a 92-year-old man today. His name was Muriel. You don't come across a lot of Muriels in this day and age,
Did
do
you
you?
see Muriel's
And
wedding?
I have not even heard of Muriel's Wedding.
never mind
Again, is this a family movie?
No,
Mate.
none of my family are in it.
Yeah.
No, it's an Aussie movie.
Okay.
Classic. Tony Collette got a break in it. You're terrible, Muriel. I've seen it. I saw
Matthew,
it once in like
we
99
are,
or something.
we are not at the movie portion of
sorry.
this podcast yet, and we cannot
Sorry,
dedicate
that
an
was
entire
terrible.
40 minutes.
That's sorry. Carry
We
on.
cannot dedicate an entire 40 minutes to you
What are we talking about? This
cinema
92-year-old
only.
Muriel. What did he do? What did he shoot?
Well, fucking, I wanted to shoot myself. He was that fucking slow.
He's a
But he was he was an absolute gun. Can't golf, a bit of a lazy cunt, but I won't hold it against him. He is 92
yeah,
after
fucking
all.
loser.
Yeah.
What a loser.
But like 100, I would say 120 meters dead straight every time. Didn't matter if it was his driver. He basically used 3 clubs all day: driver, hybrid, and putter. And he was an absolute gun. He fucking outscored me by a country mile. Outscored me, of course, shot considerably lower than me.
Yeah.
I
You're not
was,
a Stableford wanker. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not a Stableford wanker. And fuck you to all those Stableford wankers out there as well. It's lazy golf. It's lazy golf. And this is how people end up with fucking skewed handicaps. And they're no good at Ambrose Golf, Stableford wankers.
Ambrose.
I'm looking at you. I'm talking about you, Benny Thomas. Stableford wankers, stop picking up your ball. You're hurting your handicap. And when you're playing Ambrose, you're hurting your team.
You had me until you started going down the route of saying it like Ambrose is even more of a cheats version of golf. I mean,
well, no, you don't play. No, Ambrose is like you must have played an Ambrose
yeah,
tournament,
of course I have.
right? And then and everyone's handicaps
only way I'm
taken
gonna win
into
anything.
account. I'm never going to win anyway because I'm always holding my team back. You and I, Matty, probably the guys who are always put forward to putt and give the rest of the team a line.
Yeah.
And you might
Sacrificial
drain
lamb.
like 2 of them. You'll drain 2 of them the entire day, and that's the only 2 shots they've taken. But anyway, yeah. So it just fucking shits me that Stableford, they play the way they do. They pick up their ball. You know, there might be double bogeys.
Benny
and they
picks
stop
up his
playing
ball.
the hole. He picks up his ball if he's double bogey or worse. This is a mate of ours. Whenever he's playing golf, because he's a Stableford wanker, he always picks up his ball if he's double bogey. He doesn't finish out a hole. He just chucks down a 6. Or I don't know what he chucks down. Probably a 4. I don't know. But it doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, he sends me his cards a lot. I can't read them. I don't know what's going on. There's too many.
It's because there's fucking there's gaps everywhere. He's only scored about half the holes if
Braille.
there. It does. That's what I'm saying. And he goes to be this bloke. No one knows Benny here, or a few people will know Benny listen to this, but so mate, he goes to me the other day. Oh, my handicap's all skewed, and it's like way shorter than it should be. So I need to lodge a few blowout rounds to get it back. I was like, well, just start scoring normally. Don't pick up your fucking ball every time you're 2 over, and you're not even on the green, and it'll just normally fucking settle where it's supposed to be. It shits me. I've got a big problem with Stableford wankers.
I know. That's why I mentioned it, because I know it sets you off. I've seen you mention it multiple times. In person and on your stream, so I just thought I'd throw that little bit of bait out there, and you've taken it and run. And I appreciate that rant. It grinds your gears, and that's okay. Get it out.
It grinds my gears. It gets my goat. It really gets my goat.
Okay.
It fucking it does.
I didn't know it factored off that much, but
Oh, sorry. You look like I just called you a jive turkey or something.
yeah, well, no one's calling anyone a JT. But yeah, I'd kill to have just consistency. Like even the old boys, they just fucking top it down the friggin' fairway. That's a hell of a lot better than what I'm doing. I mean, sometimes the ball's going backwards.
Like this bloke he was playing with, I didn't have it in me to ask. I don't know if it was his daughter or his life partner or his wife.
mistress.
So he was in his 90s. Could have been. I would say she would have been early 70s.
Oh,
Maybe even late 60s. And he was. I did ask him. I was like, mate, no disrespect, but I just want to know, like, you're out here hitting the ball considerably better than I ever could, even at 50. What age actually are you? Because, geez, you're striping him well. Yeah, he's 92, cancer survivor.
humble brag.
And just, humble brag. Yeah, humble brag. Do you want to be the mate?
Did you one up
Yeah.
it?
I did not.
I've had
I had
cancer
nothing to one
twice.
up him for. Yeah. Oh, I've got my friend Duffy beat throat cancer at 17. What about it?
Yeah, it's a
Anyway,
shame.
yeah. So he was fucking. Oh, I've actually lost my train of thought now. Just
His
clean
mistress?
lost it. Oh, his mistress. Yeah, his mistress. But I don't know if it was her. But so she was driving him around all day. He would swing, hit his ball fucking dead square every time, and she would have to watch where his shot go. Because the second he had followed through with the swing, he had no idea where his ball was. He was looking left, right. He didn't know where it had gone, but it was dead straight every time. It was fuck. He was senile as fuck.
But
oh yeah,
it's because
topped dribbled 6 foot fucking forward.
One of my mates has to run like over to the next thing. Where's it gone? It's gone.
I love it.
Over.
I've made a habit. I've got a friend making a compilation of videos of me teeing off, and then like especially if it's a dot, and then me like running one side of the tee box to try to trace follow where my ball's going. Yeah, fuck every single time.
Kind of a sport.
Oh, do you know? I tell you what. Do you know what's not on a absolute piss missile trajectory in the wrong way right now? And that is the Warriors.
Yeah.
They are after 10 rounds of code, they are sitting exactly where they did in 2002 through 10 rounds, where they went to the grand final. How do we feel about those comparisons? Is there any superstition behind it? Do we just say doesn't mean fuck all? How do we feel about the Warriors in general so far this season? Because I know you're a season ticket holder of many years.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. The last couple of years has been great because you're not getting ostracized for like. I'll be like, I'm going to go to the Warriors on a Friday. Everyone's like, what a fuckwit. That's basically for ages. Like, and anyone who's been to the Warriors or Warrior ticket holder or go to the games, they went on for a long time. Everyone's like, why the fuck you like? Oh fuck that. And then I don't know. I think because of COVID, everyone kind of, everyone kind of nationalized a little bit and like, yeah, let's get behind these guys.
Well, it's a big effort, right? They up and fucking up sticks
and
left their families behind and lived in Australia for an entire season.
Yeah.
So I guess it was a good story in its own right there, and fucking legendary for them doing it. Tough, no doubt. But I don't know what it is. Their social media team or something's just fucking got it so right as well with like the socials and stuff. I don't know. It's an absolute behemoth in Australasian sport.
It's just fun.
It is fun. It's fun. It is. Yeah, it's just good fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's the perfect way to sum it up.
There's a little bit of the first kind of big resurgence year. There was a little bit of there's always talk about bandwagons and stuff, and then all the kind of fans who've been there for a long time. I don't really understand them in terms of like, fuck these guys or whatever, and rah. And I'm like, you guys complain that no one comes and watches them for years on end, and now we've got fans. You're like, oh, you're not an OG. It's like, fucking shut up. Like, stop gatekeeping the Warriors, you fuckwit. Like, get people in here.
I can never understand that. Because without a bandwagon or an event or a season or two that kicks things off, how the fuck do you grow it? Like, you can't be waiting 20 years for the next load of fucking teenagers to grow up and start forking out for the game themselves. Like, a bandwagon. We love a bandwagon. Every bandwagon should be encouraged. You're going to lose some of them, sure, when they all of a sudden have a real bad season. Well, I mean, last season they obviously didn't make the playoffs, and the train kept on chugging. But and if they have a few bad ones back to back, you're obviously going to always lose a few bandwagon fans. But for the most part, a lot will stay on, and fuck, it's good. It's good for the team, for the club, for the country, and for the sport.
It's a pretty cheap bloody fan view. I think my season pass is like $300 or something. It's not even that.
See, that's fucked. So I guess this isn't really apples and apples because there's 82 games in a hockey season and 41 home games essentially. But a season ticket for the Flames here, and I would say just in a mediocre section of the stadium would be around 5,000 Canadian.
Holy fucking dog shit, man.
Yeah, but they romanticize sports so much over here, and like every single game you go to, even last season where, not this one just gone. I missed all that back down under, but the one before where we were never really in contention for a playoff spot. I don't know. That's every game still like. They make an event of it. It's not just a sport; it's an event. It's the halftime the between period entertainment and all the games they play, and they have like they call the Timbits hockey, the little peewee hockey. They play like a 5-minute game between periods, and that's fucking like watching flies to shit. That's almost the best part of the game. Like they just do so much to entertain you. And so I haven't been to any of these Warriors games during the peak of this bandwagon, but are they doing much of that sort of stuff, like in the interim and the intermission and stuff like that, or is it just, I don't know, just
there's normally like
team?
some kind of race or something on. They've had mascot races, or they've had races where relay races with people. At one point, on the last home game, they had a Kappa Haka group that like maybe won the Polyfest or something. They were like fucking full on. I was getting tired just watching them. Like there's a bunch of guys just, it was the most unison dance. They had it down pat, these guys, and I was like, fuck, this is full on. But the one criticism I will say this year is that they turfed the bar at the end zone, and so that is some kind of like Spates area, which is weird because they don't sell Spates there. Bizarre. But there used to be a bar at one end, and I never, for like probably 2 or 3 years, I never even knew where my seats were because I just used to go to the bar and watch in the end zone because you got these guys sliding in, like screaming right in your face and everything. We were there. Who was I? I took someone there once, and it was when like Dallin Martinez-Lesniak scored like a hat trick in one corner in front of us, and it was just and the bar's like, because no one's there, you just walk back, I'll get 4 more beers, thanks for coming, bang, and then you're straight out the gate and gone. But yeah, that's probably the only criticism, but I guess like they're just accommodating for more and more people, like but
I'm a big fan of watching behind the posts, especially hockey 3 periods. Like when you buy your tickets, it tells you if you're in your team's attack zone twice. So like I can sit behind the goal where I know like the Flames are going to be scoring this end twice. Yeah. Ideally scoring and more often than not, the last couple of years the play's been at the opposing end, unfortunately, but. Oh, yeah, I'm a big fan. It's always a lot cheaper too.
The Flames are kind of always in and around postseason, maybe.
The Flames for the last, they were very, very good 21-22. We got here at the very end of that season. They should have probably made a deeper run into the playoffs, but they got outed in round 2 by the Oilers, perennial, rivals up the road here who are probably going to win the cup this year, I think. And then our first year here, the last 3 seasons now, it's just been max pain, where they've finished 9th or 10th in the Western Conference, and they only take the top 8. So this year was only the second time in NHL history that a team with 96 competition points hasn't made the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it was the Flames. My Flames. I had my flight set. I was so sure. I had them booked, ready to be here for fucking playoff hockey, and they went and missed it. They actually, in one of their last games, they had a 3-1 lead against the Ducks with 5 minutes to go. All they had to do was pick up an extra point, like pick up that win, and they went and fucking watched it.
That's not the record you want.
So they just seem to be in a real slump of mediocrity at the moment, mid-range. But I do think everyone here on the ground here in Calgary is pretty doom and gloom on them in the next little bit, but I'm pretty hot on them at the moment. Excuse the pun.
Just be one player.
I think they're going to be pretty good.
Player to turn it around, really.
That's all that is. We just don't have a game breaker. But anyway, I fucking love hockey live though. There's no better sport to watch live. Nothing against rugby league and any of that, but it's just the fucking speed and the hits.
Have you ever seen hurling live?
The drama and the cinema. That's the Irish.
Yeah, with the club and the ball.
I haven't actually. I've been meaning to go and try it, give it a go myself.
I'd like to see that live. That looks sick.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
That's brutal, man.
I quite like. It is. It's savage. What's the This is almost off topic, but don't ream me for this, Robbo. But what's the sport? I think it's like an Indian or Asian game where they have those long like curved. It's almost like a sickle, and they fling the fucking ball.
I know the name of it. Yeah, it got real big in the 80s in America, and they do it kind of like in a squash court, right?
One of them flings. Yeah, they do, and one of them they get someone to fling it at one of the Jackass guys in one of the Jackass films, I think, as well, and it fucks them up.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's not this 80s movie.
That's actually that is, and Robbo might have to Google this, but I believe that's rated or ranked one of the most dangerous sports in the world. I believe. I could be wrong, but I think just the sheer velocity of what the ball comes out.
I'm going to Google it right now.
I think so. I think it's one of the most dangerous sports in the world. I can't remember the name of it. It's some Asian type Middle Eastern name. I'm not going to try guess it because I'll just offend someone.
Jai-alai.
Jai-alai. Is that the...
That's it. And it's like the arm goes into it and they fucking... It's kind of like...
Isn't that a Pussycat Dolls song? Jai-ho?
I don't know. Slumdog Millionaire?
Jai-ho. Yes, it is. It is. Jai-ho. It's in Slumdog Millionaire. It definitely is. It's at the end. It fucking is. All right. Anyway, as you mean.
This isn't the movie section.
All right. Yeah, sorry.
Fucking blow a gasket over there.
Well, it's coming up.
I think...
Slumdog Millionaire is not in the movies.
He does pub quiz in that, right?
He basically, it's very highly sophisticated pub quiz is what it is.
I'm trying desperately not to go on a tangent here.
Tangent alert.
Hurling is the fastest game on land, I think, though. Like, it's as far as speed goes. It's fucking...
Oh, I would say F1 would be quicker, but that's an outlandish statement from you.
That's on road, though. We're talking...
Well...
You know what the fastest cake is? Scone. Get out of here.
I knew it, and I still enjoyed it.
I knew it was coming. Anyway, what else have we got up our sleeves for today? Like, that's a very loud shirt, by the way.
It's really...
Is that denim?
It is denim. It is denim, baby. I'm in denim country.
Feels a little bit sexual, actually. Now look at it.
I originally had an extra button undone, but I thought, oh no, I don't want people slithering. I don't want people sliding off their sleeves. Their sleeves off their seats.
You've been rubbing up against the cat or something. You got a bit of chesty there.
Straight off me fucking pubes, mate. Oh yeah.
So when you pull that open, you've got a big bald spot from like where a defib's got you.
Yeah. This is for all the ladies that aren't listening. Ooh, stop licking your lips, Matty. That's very inappropriate. Anyway, now we've almost tried to segue into the movie portion of this.
Well, it wasn't on purpose.
Several occasions
You've
already.
used the word segue about fucking 6 times, mate. Have you just got an encyclopedia for Christmas or a dictionary or something?
It's actually pronounced encyclopedia if you've watched How I Met Your Mother. But anyway, and let's just stroll on in here.
Carry on.
We've tried to get ourselves there several times already, so we might as well just hook into this. Do you know what, Robbo? We're going to need a segment intro, I reckon, for this game. Welcome into this segment that doesn't have a name, but you're going to listen to an intro anyway.
Pinky in the brain.
Yeah, in the brain. Explaining a movie plot poorly is a game we play with Matthew, who has probably the most obscure cinema knowledge anywhere in the world. He didn't know Star Wars last time, which is just probably, I can only imagine nerds everywhere.
Yeah, I thought your description of it was a little bit too vague with the word monk and stuff. Now I can see where I can understand why you used it. And but yeah, as I pointed out last time, it is not explain a movie plot well. It is explain a movie plot poorly. And today I have five movies picked out. The synopsis that a couple of these are mine. A couple I have stolen from Reddit. I had a couple written down, but then I found something even a little bit better than what I could conjure up. So there's 5 here. A victory will be 3 of them correct. Some of these... Oh, I can't say. I won't give too much away. But there's 5, and I honestly think that you will get... I think you're good for 3 of these. Okay.
I've not gone obscure. These are, again, very mainstream, well-known. Some probably too well-known, in fact. I would say of this list, these are considerably better known on average.
Okay.
No equal. I mean, we had Harry Potter and fucking Star Wars last time. That is actually outrageous for me to say that. These are very well known. That's all you need to know. Let's play Explain a Movie Plot Poorly with Maddie Jordan. Kong kong. All right. Your first one, Matthew, is a weird emo with a sick kink spends years deciding on whether she wants to shag a corpse or a dog. What is the movie?
I was going to say Corpse Bride, but probably not. She's
I'm gonna give it to you one more time. A weird emo with a sick kink spends years deciding on whether she wants to shag a corpse or a dog. It's seriously well known. I would be concerned if this one did jump straight at you, because it's certainly, of all the movies out there, not right in your wheelhouse. You're gonna have to think left field. You probably haven't seen it. Well, fuck. Actually, you probably have, but
oh, so that means it's a chick flick, probably. I'd say, or something to that description.
there's a series of them. I'll give you a hint because this of all of them is probably the hardest for you. There's a series, and it is also a book series.
I know, Twilight.
Got him.
Yeah, you
Got
gave
him.
me too much though. To be fair,
I did.
You gave me too much, so yeah, we won't give that as a point.
Have you seen the movies?
No, I've seen a lot of memes though, because there's like, I think a baby. There's a baby in it, and it looks like something.
Oh, you know, the movie with the baby in it. That would have summed it up. Oh, Twilight.
Indiana Jones.
That's a half point. If it comes down to it and we're splitting hairs at the end, I'll decide if that counted or not. Oh shit. Let me just. Right. Half a point, essentially. Number 2. I think you'll get this. A drug addict spends decades taking advantage of a mentally challenged boy.
A drug addict and a mentally challenged boy.
Yeah. Yeah. A drug addict spends decades taking advantage of a mentally challenged boy, who obviously becomes a man because it's decades, but
I mean,
Robbo, I reckon you're going to have to put like a little bit of quiet music in the background of this. You can almost hear the cogs trying to turn in his brain.
yeah, it's just, obviously it's a father who maybe have a disabled son who becomes talented in something.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to give you one. Okay. A female drug addict spends decades taking advantage of a mentally challenged boy.
Oh, Forrest Gump.
Got him.
Yeah.
Got him. Forrest Gump. All
yeah,
right.
that's a tricky one because she's not a drug addict to start with. And she, when they've, okay, Karen. He's got
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Karen.
It is. Okay, we can later in the piece do a segment where it's Naki
She also has
explains
AIDS.
the movie plot perfectly. Who, Naki or what?
No. And Haley on Joel Osment, the
God.
kid. Is
Yeah, AIDS baby,
yeah.
right?
But then there's a Walker Texas Ranger episode where, like, he's having a good time. Wilford Brimley's there, and then he's like, Walker said I have AIDS. Have you seen that clip?
Who, Haley Joel
Yeah,
Osment?
he's in it. No.
No.
And I was like, is this kid got AIDS in 2 different things as a kid?
it's the crossover we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, crossover and Bloods. Anyway.
Oh shit. Okay, so it's 2, but it's 2 with some assistance. Yeah. I'm gonna need you to really land these hard on your own.
I just feel I'm feeling
out.
the crunch of the time. I don't want to waste your time, but I guess we can edit it anyway. So carry on.
Well, I'm pretty sure Rob can edit some time out.
Yeah.
So that moves us on to number 3. I'm giving you no help on this one. A paranoid billionaire goes to extraordinary lengths to keep an immigrant out of his country. There's a few long words in there for your Maddie too. Sorry, so this one might be extra tough.
A paranoid billionaire. He's
Yep.
trying to keep someone out of his country.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough because you initially think it could be something modern, but it could be something very old.
It could
And
be.
he's trying to think of, some kind of empire. Paranoid.
I've gone again. I haven't gone from real obscure movies because I'm describing.
Well,
them
this could
poorly.
be Donald Trump. Could be like some biopic on
He doesn't have
Donald Trump.
We just never. No. They're all fictional movies. I mean, some of them may be about true events, but the
Paranoid
movies
billionaire.
themselves are all. Yeah. There's no documentaries in here. I mean, that would sum up a lot of people. That one.
Paranoid billionaire is trying to keep someone out of their country. There's not a lot to go on there, eh?
There is. There really is. There really is.
Yeah, but like it's such a someone out of their country. It could be something like a an old holy war or something. You know, it could be.
Oh no!
It could be something. You know.
Oh. I'm gonna have to push. I'm gonna have to push you for an answer.
No,
I'll give you one.
Okay, well, if you got something,
I'll give you one. I'll give you one pass. If you and you can come back to
we'll
it
go
if you
past.
want.
We'll go back to that.
All right. Your next one is a lunatic enslaves a family of dwarves and slowly begins killing children in front of their parents.
Fraggle Rock. No. That's
A
Willy
lunatic
Wonka.
Yeah, that is Willy Wonka at the Chocolate Factory. Correct, Matthew.
Yeah.
That is very good.
That gave me nightmares, that
very
movie,
good.
when he goes up in the chocolate tube. Augustus Gloop.
Augustus
and he gets trapped in the fucking
Augustus
tube.
Gloop,
Holy
yeah.
fuck, that still scares the fuck out of me. Slugworth, not a problem. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give about the tunnel, but getting stuck in a chalky tube, been trying to do it for the rest of my life. But anyway, carry on.
yeah. Been trapped in a tube or two, have you? A chalky
Someone
tube or
else's,
two?
yeah.
Well, what a treat.
Get
what
out
a
of
treat.
it. Carry on.
Now, there's two more. One you obviously haven't had yet, and the Paranoid Billionaire one. Do you want to circle back to the Billionaire one, or do you want to go to the
next
fifth one
one?
and then go back?
I'm ticking. That's in the back slot. I'm going through the Rolodex in the back
Okay.
of my brain with that.
What was the fifth one, but your fourth now is a woman creates a massive mess at work by trying to take on double her normal workload. Colleagues get quite anal about it.
Oh my god. Anal Thunder 3.
It is Department of Double Penetration, the first edition. of course, brought to us by Perv City.
Like, can we get a clip of that? No. Okay, so Paranoid. I was like, surely he's not going to put another porno in. Yes, he does. Consistency.
Not just, I thought, because I went with Volume 3 last time, I actually thought, shit, I should have started at Volume 1 and incrementally gone up. But no, we've circled back, and today was Double Penetration Volume 1. Some of those young ladies' finest work, I would say.
Yeah, well, I mean, good for them that they can get at least a franchise out of that idea. That's fantastic.
Actually, several ladies losing their DP virginity in that edition of DP.
I'm sure there's
Department of DP.
I'm sure people at home are going, "Oh, that's useful. It's going to come up in the pub quiz, surely." IMDb, thank you. Okay, so Paranoid Billionaire.
Just remember that so we're circling back. But just remember that the producers, obviously, of Department of DP, as we now fondly know it, Perv City, of course.
Yes, yeah.
I wonder if they wouldn't it be outrageous if they come on board and they're like, "Hey, can we pay you guys to be a regular installment in your?"
They might want to change this to a
black
black couch, though.
They'll probably. The reality is they'll probably give us a cease and desist. But anyway. We soldier on.
Yeah.
So we circled back.
Okay.
You've gone close. You've gone close to that one. You didn't get it right, but you did go the right genre with anal. What was it? Anal Thunder.
Anal Thunder 3.
Those two. So a paranoid billionaire goes to extraordinary lengths to keep an immigrant out of his country.
I mean, it could be The Terminal, but
That's actually. That's not a bad guess, but it's not that.
No.
That is not a bad guess. Good movie, but not a
nah.
good,
Well,
not
there's
the
no
right,
billionaire as per se, unless they're talking about America as a person, or Stanley Tucci.
Do you know what? I've just realised this actually works for a few different.
There's no wrong answers in. Is that what you're saying?
There is a correct answer today. There are some that are less wrong than others.
Paranoid billionaire.
Robbo, do you have any idea what this is?
Is the person who's the billionaire like a real person or not? Like in real life? Or is it just a character?
No, it's
purely
character.
fictional.
Fictional, yeah.
I was thinking along the lines of something like Tony Stark being the billionaire.
Oi!
He's good. He's
Robbo.
probably using Google, mate. So,
Robbo!
I'm not. You're literally talking to me through a computer.
I will go Iron Man 1.
Iron Man 1. It is not Iron Man 1, but you have certainly found your way onto the right track.
It's a fucking Marvel movie, then, obviously.
Doesn't have to be Marvel. Doesn't have to be Marvel.
Oh, it's Batman.
I mean,
Is it Batman?
it is Batman vs Superman.
Oh, vs Superman, yeah.
Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all so easy in hindsight, isn't it?
Nah, one you get on the Superman track, yeah. I was thinking like it was going to be like Kingdom of fucking Heaven or something like that. Like, some old
No.
holy war fucking... I was like, this, Yeah.
Oh, yes. Captain Hindsight over here.
right.
What is your superpower? What is your superpower? Oh, it's hindsight. Well, that's not very good. That doesn't going to work for us, is it? Yes, I know that now.
Burnt face, man.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, I don't feel too great about my performance there.
You shouldn't.
No. It was shit, actually. So, yeah, I need to come up with something to really put you on the spot. But there was something I mentioned to you yesterday that I was going to bring up in regards to horse racing. That
Yes.
now it could, I don't know, upset a few people, but a lot of people don't like horse racing anyway. But what I can't understand, this technology exists, and maybe this has been done, but recently the Kentucky Derby raced, and like all the horses in the race were, a blood relative of fucking Seabiscuit or whatever the fuck it was. What is it? What was it?
Yep.
Was it Seabiscuit?
Yeah,
Secretariat.
Secretariat, a lot of them.
Whatever,
Yeah.
some friggin' horse. Cloning technology exists. Why aren't they just cloning the best horses?
No, they actually... It is... I think it's an integrity thing. So, in like... good question, though. So, in equestrian sports, like show jumping, like I used to do... Oh, geez, we'll touch on that another day.
God.
Yeah, thank God I got down
No wonder
that
you're
one
wearing
alive.
denim.
Yeah. You don't want to see the bottoms.
Jesus
Jeez.
Christ.
I'll really throw myself under the bus.
Bell bottoms.
Got my specs on. I feel like the bell of the ball. Yeah.
Anyway, carry
Was that the guy who plays Ari Gold in Rush Hour 3? I'm going to turn you into the bell of the ball. He plays that the gay
Jeremy
guy, the fashion
Piven,
designer.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the one. Yeah. So anyway, they in equestrian sports you can use embryos, like taking embryos out of mares, and you can use you can use artificial insemination and stuff. So they're fucking. You got your horse milkers out there, frozen semen and the likes. But the thoroughbred racing industry, and we might even have to actually Google this, but I believe it's more of an integrity thing and to preserve, I guess, the integrity of the sport. And
So it's illegal, is
and
what you're
stop-
saying.
It's not. I think it is illegal. You can't use artificial insemination in the thoroughbred industry, and that is worldwide. It's the old-fashioned way. Stallion mounts mare, and they get to do it, the good old-fashioned way. And I think it is just to stop the
Full-blown
industry being
cloning.
flooded. But
They could clone
Yeah,
any
but
horse they
otherwise-
want. I mean,
Yeah,
what's
it would just
stopping,
be-
what's stopping
it would
someone
just
from
be
just cloning a
flooded.
horse and then saying it's come of these two horses over here, and just saying,
well, I guess if you could, as soon as you DNA tested, you would know, right? You could genetically.
are they doing that?
Be able to
Are
find
they out
that
there
out.
doing that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe somewhere in
is
the
that a
world.
measure that exists? Like they're going, let's test. Well, I guess they would have to. No, they probably were not testing DNA. They would test it for.
Well, to
for
be
crack
fair,
or
like,
whatever they were giving horses.
What you're saying, you could probably get away with it because, I mean, if you cloned a horse in secret to, say, a Winx or a Black Caviar or Mackay Beauty, an absolute champion, and started racing it, those horses aren't racing anymore. And I'm not sure if there's even like a bank of all their DNA on file necessarily.
Unless
They're
they've committed a
certainly not-
crime.
Yeah, there's certainly, maybe if it got flagged, if it got done for doping, they would look into its blood more directly.
might have something
but
on
that would be
file,
the only
yeah.
way. I'm actually going to have to, I should probably know this, but I believe it's,
I mean, ethically,
boy.
it's not a, you shouldn't be fucking cloning horses to race them. But I'm just wondering if people are out there going to the lengths they are with the horses, you'd think that would be like, oh, this horse won for years. Why don't we just fucking pump out 5 of them?
yeah, no, you're not allowed to. Which, I mean, with stallions, obviously, you use their semen, but, yeah, it's not universally adopted on horses, particularly for thoroughbred racings. The governing body for thoroughbred racing prohibits AI, being artificial insemination, citing concerns about the breed's integrity and potential impact on the market. So I was correct. Just give myself a little pat on the back there. So it's an integrity thing, and they don't want to flood the market with, the same genetics, too much of the same genetics.
What's stopping them from cloning the horses and then getting those horses to breed? And then using the foals off them?
I think that would be, I believe the
genesis
governing
of the
body
horses,
would step in there.
yeah.
I think that would just be, you'd be breaching some sort of law or rules and
Oh,
regulations.
I mean, there's a lot of
racing there
things you're breaching. Like, it's just
because
it's pretty fun.
well, true.
It was just a
Some sort of animal rights, I'm sure.
it's bad.
Welcome everyone. We have stepped into the Peter corner of the podcast here.
Yeah. I'm not saying I don't agree with doing it at all. I just noticed this because I went.
You told me you went. You just finished telling me before we started the podcast you went seal clubbing the other day.
No, I went clubbing with Seal, the musician.
That's a
singer.
broken seal.
Yeah, Kiss from a Rose, also used in a Batman movie. But anyway, don't go down there. Don't go down that track.
Don't go down
no,
there.
the reason
Don't
why
go back
I
there.
was going, I was looking into. Well, I had this thought is because I've seen in the States. I watched this little documentary. Now it's fully. You can clone your dog. And like it was all these testaments and video, like it was a lengthy, probably like half an hour video of all these people that have cloned their dog and how much it costs. And I'm like, well, fuck, if they're cloning fucking dogs, why aren't they cloning horses? Like,
well, no, they certainly could. I guess it just comes down to like it's already become it's such a money game, right?
Yeah.
And if you start doing that and you start making horses in labs with money, you just rule out so many people. As it stands at the moment, any fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry can go to the sales and buy a horse. And there's horses that cost around the 10 to 20k mark. That sometimes you get that 1 in 1,000 that goes on to win multi-millions, $10 million plus type thing. There are stories of it out there, and the way they currently do it, I guess, preserves the consumer's ability to have that pipe dream. Like that dream can actually become a reality.
I'm surprised they care about that. I'm surprised they care about that at all.
You would think it'd be all about the fucking money, right?
They care about shooting a horse on the track. They care about the little guy winning.
I know. Well, I'm sure if Americans had it their way, they'd be pro. I've no doubts they probably would be pro cloning and but because in the States it's already. Don't get me wrong, it costs a lot to race a horse in New Zealand, Australia, but I mean, everyday bloke can have a micro share in a horse, whereas in the States it's a big old money game. Like you're fucking stacked. So I'm sure they would love to be able to clone their best horses there, where money talks already anyway.
Well, dude,
no, it's good. The way it is good. I think. Like I don't think they should start.
No, I don't think they should be cloning horses at all. Just to be clear, but yeah.
Matty Jordan advocating for the cloning of animals against their own rights.
Yeah.
Chloe Swarbrick, get him! Fucking get him!
They're too busy announcing their budget, mate.
Next week, I'll see if we can get a Green MP on here to fucking go toe-to-toe with you about animal rights abuse and the cloning of animals against their own will.
Yeah, no, they're only for mistreatment of children or whatever that guy Ben Doyle did it. But no, let's not get political. It's boring. Well, like I said, I was watching that thing. The people spend big bucks. I mean, you're cloning your dog. Obviously, I like, shit, if there's a way I can, but then it's like, well, it's not going to be the same dog. It's going to have the same genetic makeup and probably has predispositions are the same, but it's not going to be the same personality. I would, unless you. And I was like, I don't know. It's like kind of having like a weird little gremlin looking like.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel like when you. I mean, this is just getting a little bit too dark here, but I feel like once you bury the first one, just fucking let him get off. He goes on to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of dogs and cats. I'm not a cat person, obviously, but the amount of dogs and cats that are kicking around in the fucking shelters. You're like, I'm just gonna go and get the same one again. You're like, spend like 50 G's on whatever dog it was, and it's like you can find another great dog down there that needs a home. Like, fuck. It's like, well, dude, it was fucking super expensive. I can't remember the figure, but it was. I bet
a lot of people are fucking doing it as well. Like it wouldn't surprise me. There'd be so many wealthy Americans doing it, no doubt.
Yeah, some of them didn't. They didn't come off as like super wealthy in the video I was watching, but yeah. I mean, there's a market for it. I don't think there'd be much of a market here. I don't think many people would probably want to spend that money. But
where do you get off?
Yeah, I actually, when I took the dogs for a walk this morning, I caught a guy, his dog taking a shit, and he just walked off without it. And I was like, hey, come pick your shit up, buddy. Here's a bag. Yeah, he didn't like that. He didn't like it at all. It's also the fact that his dog had the shit still hanging off its ass, which was quite funny.
That you plucked it off his dog's ass.
No, the dog was like walking like hanging its,
Yeah.
like I knew it still hanging, it was hanging off it, and I was like, hey man, your dog's taking the shit over here, and it's still got the shit hanging on. And the guy obviously was just intending on like, you know, doing dog shit. He knew the dog was taking the shit. He was just trying to do a runner without the dog, and the dog was just going to run after him. But classic. Get that up, you fucking toy poodle looking motherfucker.
It's a real animal power move to just have your handler walking around with a bag of your shit.
Yeah. Dude, I see people, they sometimes tie them around the dog's collar. So, like, the dog has to walk around with the shit.
Carry its own shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking get off it.
They've got to... It's unnecessary.
That's the kind of motherfucker who's cloning their dog. And that's where we'll start this next segment. Brought to you by Costco's undercooked glizzies.
It wasn't the glizzy. Definitely wasn't the glizzy. Don't disparage the $2 hot dog, please. Not in front of the kids.
I've still never had one. I've never actually stepped foot in a Costco, which is criminal because there's a lot of them around me here in Calgary. Well, but I don't know why.
Funny you mention that because I was going to ask if you do go to one, if you could see they've got, because there's heaps of like cool Kirkland merch and stuff. I was hoping you'd be able to get me something, send it over, maybe because of mates.
Some what merch?
Just Kirkland or Costco merch, you know.
Kirkland. Oh, Kirkland's the
own brand.
The Costco golf brand, isn't it?
Well, they sell.
Right.
Kirkland's like their in-house brand for everything.
Own brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, I did not know that.
Even
Rick Shields I knew they were Costco.
Oh, you got to go,
balls,
mate.
but...
You got to get in there. It's amazing.
It's $1.50 for the glizzy and pop soda here.
Pop soda.
Soda pop.
Irritating.
Soda pop. It is, isn't
irritating name. Soda.
Why? Soda pop.
Yeah.
Can you get me a can of cold pop? Just call it just soda. Or just call it by the name. I don't know anyone. Why would you just call it whatever you're having? Like, call it a Coke, or call it a Fanta, or call it a Sprite. Can you get me a soda pop? No. I cannot.
What are you fucking two?
I bet you got a few soda pops down you when you're at the Lord of the Rings musical the other day, Matty.
It wasn't the other day. Now, yeah, I knew you were going to dine out on this, and I gave you a layup, and that's fine.
What a loser.
Yeah,
what a loser.
Yeah, that's okay. I was spending time with my friends, you know. That's what I do. Yeah, there was a few realizations. And we were talking about it because we were talking about the Book of Mormon,
yes.
which now Rob's going to the Book of Mormon in Sydney, and I'm contemplating. It's almost worth going over there to have a look because it's not coming here. Not with you, Rob. Don't worry, I'm not going to ruin your excursion to Sydney.
He was just about to list his tickets.
Yeah.
I can hear him typing.
Yeah.
I can hear him typing.
Yeah, I can hear fucking steam coming in his ears. But
no,
we were talking about the Book of Mormon, and then I said, oh well, because like I said, I did not realize until I was in the studio that I'd never actually been to a musical before, and yeah, no, not for me. It was very camp. What are you doing? Rob's confused me with whatever he's putting on my screen. But anyway, yeah, the actual people, like the hobbits and things like that, were actually in the seats. Like, you come into the venue and they were like beckoning you on, like, come on. And I was like, fuck, get me out of here. Like, straight away, I was like, where's the fucking exit? And they were like, there's two of them in like where the aisle like my seat was, and like the aisle right in front of it. And I was like, fuck, I don't want to interact with these cunts. Like, fucking, I just want to sit down and be left the fuck alone. But it was just like, you know, they're like fucking skipping around, wearing like leaves. I was like, fuck me, like this is. I didn't sign up for this, but you know, I was with about 8 mates, and they were all on mushrooms or edibles and stuff, and psychedelics not really my thing. So I probably had about 4 beers, and I was like, I'm not having any more because it's so hard to find my seat. I'd never be. If I went to the toilet, I'd probably just leave, and sat down, and I was just like, it was like the show was all good, but yeah, I just felt just not for me. It was just there's too much going on. I'd rather just watch the movies.
Yes. So I found it a little bit camp that you'd even go to a musical of any sort.
Like Lord of the Rings, it's just kind of like I didn't really know what I was in for. I was like musical. I kind of just breezed over that thing, and then I got there.
But did you not? No, but you're missing the funniest part where you said you thought that it was a reinvented version of Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance, and you just by mistake happened to have got tickets to a Lord of the Rings musical.
You're just making things up now, I think, but that's okay.
That's exactly what you said yesterday.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about? You fucking.
You
You've got
brain
brain damage.
You said I bought tickets. Me and my mates thought we bought tickets to Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance.
What are you talking about?
That's what you told me.
And also, if it was for Michael Flatley, I mean, the river dance is glorious. What are you talking about?
Which makes sense why you would buy tickets to go see that.
I wouldn't even be. No one in my friends group would put me in charge of buying the fucking tickets. I can tell you that much. It'd just be a fucking fuck all from arsehole to breakfast, mate. It just wouldn't happen. No one. I'd have to fucking remember my Ticketek password to start with. Christ. But
Jesus. Ticketek? That's a throwback. Do they still exist?
I don't know. I don't buy tickets. My mates buy the tickets. You
should go to Book of Mormon. I think that's the one hard pass. I have been to a musical twice. It was the Book of Mormon on 2 occasions, and it is. I think every bloke gets a pass for musicals when it comes to.
There's nothing wrong with going to a musical. You can go to a musical if you want. Jesus.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind seeing the Lion King one. We'll just cut that out though. Yeah.
It's just one of those things that
I'm actually completely full of shit because. That it does interest me somewhat. It's just funny. There's just some guys who have no business being at musicals, and you, sir, are one of them.
Yeah, it's just that the source material the interest in the source material outweighed the musical side of it, which kind of I was like, oh, it's going to be fucking full on like, and I was like, no, this is very camp.
Well, I don't think they're going to have a fucking elephant, mate, on stage. You're not going to get full Lord of the Rings fucking Return of the King final battle scenes.
Nah, well, they kind of like the half of it was the first movie, and I was like, and that was like an hour and a half long, and I was like, holy fuck, how long is this fucking thing going to go for? Because it was an hour and a half, and that was just the first movie, and then the Two Towers, they I don't know, they flew a plane into that pretty quickly, and then straight into Return of the King, pretty much. The coolest thing was though, there was one cool one where, Gandalf and like what's his name, Balrog or whatever, when he goes into the fire pit, they bring out this big sheet, and I'm like, how the fuck are they going to imitate fucking lava here? And it actually looked fucking awesome, but it didn't outweigh the rest of it. Oh, the spider coming out as well.
Was good.
That was pretty sick. It was like this big spider controlled by people in black suits. That was pretty cool. But yeah, all in all, yeah.
A piss poor experience.
Just not for me. It wasn't a. Yeah, just not my cup of tea. That was all. I wouldn't say it was shit or anything. It was just not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would assume not.
Yeah.
I think the least surprising thing I've heard today.
I think my mates just caught me on a weak moment. A lot of not necessarily them, but some other people that we both know have always said, "You're a no man. You're always a no man." And I was like, "No, I just know exactly what I'm into. Like, I'm pretty good at knowing what I like and what I don't like."
What I'm into is Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance.
I don't even know if Lord of the Dance is still going, mate. But if it is, I will go.
I think he's actually. I think he's dead.
At the moment?
I think he's dead at the moment.
Well, it doesn't have to be Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance. It could be just Lord of the Dance. Lord of the Dance.
Do you know what I'd actually love to go to? Is an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway? They still make that show? Completely unrelated to musicals.
Not sure. Fuck off.
I just
these fucking cookies.
You with all your.
No, I don't think so. I think they did like one little. Where's to see us live? Michael Flatley, Lord of the Dance. Let's have a look. Select a country. New Zealand's not on there.
Tickets booked. He's flying.
Australia.
He's going across.
Australia.
That'll work.
30th of
You can tie it with Book of Mormon.
30th of August in Melbourne,
Oh,
Margaret Court
Oh.
Arena.
geez, that's a big arena.
Brisbane, Newcastle,
Well,
Sydney.
Well, it's a bit. Well, it's a
I
big
could
draw.
go with Clutzy on the 3rd of September.
Rob, you can tie that in. Maybe you can go as well, Rob, and you can tie that in with the Book of Mormon trip. That's all from us here. That's enough dribbled shit out of our mouths. And allegedly, Matt's fucking undies today after that Costco glizzy.